Have you ever had someone take a sip of your coffee, make a face, and say, "How can you drink that? It's so bitter"? Or maybe you've gotten into a heated debate about whether a song is a masterpiece or just plain noise. We've all been there. Some people swear by pineapple on pizza, while others think it's a crime against food. Some fall in love with abstract art, while others just see random paint splatters. And in our everyday conversations, we treat these likes and dislikes as fixed truths about ourselves. I'm just a coffee person. I can't stand country music. I'm into brunettes. But here's the surprising truth. Your taste isn't some hardwired setting you were born with. It's not random either. What you like, whether it's food, music, art, or even people, is really a story. A story written by your biology, your brain, and the experiences you've lived through. Our tastes are as personal as a fingerprint. But beneath each one lies a fascinating mix of science and psychology. And once you understand that, you realize something incredible. Your preferences aren't just quirks. They're clues about who you are. Food, more than just your tongue. Let's start with the most obvious kind of taste: food. For a long time, people believed taste was simple: sweet on one part of the tongue, sour on another, bitter at the back. You've probably seen that old taste map in a textbook. Turns out, it's completely wrong. Taste isn't divided neatly on your tongue. In fact, it's not even just about your tongue at all. True taste is a whole-body, multi-sensory experience, and your brain is the conductor making it all come together. Think about biting into a strawberry. It's not just sweet and tart. It's the smell of freshness. It's the crunch as you sink your teeth in. It's the vibrant red that signals ripeness. And it's the texture, soft yet juicy, that seals the deal. Researchers have found that texture alone can make or break a food. A person might hate yogurt not because of its flavor, but because its creaminess feels wrong in their mouth. Another might despise mushrooms because of their spongy chew. What we call flavor is really a complex blend of taste, smell, sound, sight, and touch. Your brain takes all of these signals and, in a split second, gives its verdict. Like or dislike. The ghost in your machine: memory and association. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Your brain doesn't make these decisions in isolation. It always consults your past. Think about your favorite comfort food. Maybe it's mac and cheese, ramen, or a warm chocolate chip cookie. Why does it comfort you? Objectively, there are more gourmet foods out there. But that specific food is tied to a memory, a moment of safety, love, or joy. Maybe it's the dish your grandmother made for you when you were sick. Maybe it's what you ate after school every day. Your brain isn't just tasting food. It's reliving the feelings that came with it. This is called associative learning, and it works in both directions. Positive experiences make foods comforting, while negative ones can make them revolting. If you've ever gotten food poisoning or had one too many shots of tequila at a college party, you probably avoided that taste for years. That's your brain, being protective, saying, "Nope, we're not going through that again." So sometimes, what you like or dislike has less to do with flavor itself and more to do with the emotional story wrapped around it. The mere exposure effect. Liking what we know. Okay, but what about new things? Why do we sometimes resist them, even if they're perfectly fine? This is where one of psychology's strongest principles comes in: the mere exposure effect. Simply put, the more often you're exposed to something, the more you tend to like it. That's why you often end up watching the same show you've already seen instead of trying something new. It's why songs you initially found annoying somehow become catchy after you've heard them 10 times. And it's why someone who just feels familiar to you instantly becomes more likable, even if you can't quite explain why. Psychologist Robert Zhejiang famously showed this in a study where people rated Chinese characters. The ones they'd seen more often, even if they didn't know what they meant, were rated more positively. Familiarity feels safe, and safety feels good. People. The taste that matters most. Now let's talk about the most complex taste of all, our taste in people. Why are we drawn to some individuals and not others? Why do we say we have a type? Science suggests it's not just about looks or personality. It's about an unconscious template we develop early in life. The relationships we had with our caregivers, the way they showed love or didn't, form an imprint. As adults, we're often drawn to people who feel like home, even if home wasn't perfect. That's why some people keep dating partners who are emotionally unavailable, or overly critical, or nurturing in a very specific way. They're not choosing randomly, they're following a blueprint written long ago. And beyond psychology, biology plays a role too. Studies show we may unconsciously prefer the scent of people with immune systems that are genetically different from ours. Evolution designed this to increase the chances of healthy offspring. So when you feel a mysterious pull towards someone, part of it might literally be chemical. When your brain tricks you. But here's the kicker. Your brain isn't always reliable when it comes to taste. In fact, it's easily tricked. In one experiment, wine experts were asked to describe 2 glasses of wine. Both were white wines, but one had been dyed red with tasteless food coloring. The experts described the first as fresh and citrusy. The second, identical wine? They used words like rich, tannic, and jammy, all the language usually reserved for red wine. The only difference was their expectation. Their eyes told their brain what it should taste, and their brain filled in the blanks. This is why expensive wine often tastes better, even if it's identical to the cheap stuff. The same goes for designer clothes or high-end gadgets. Our brains love shortcuts, and expectation is one of the most powerful ones. Can you change your taste? So, with all this in mind, are we stuck with our preferences? The answer is no. Taste is surprisingly flexible. Your brain is capable of neuroplasticity. It can rewire itself. Just as a child needs 10 to 15 tries before accepting a new food, adults can learn to like new things too. The trick is repeated, positive exposure. Hate olives? Don't force yourself to eat a full plate. Try just one, paired with food you already enjoy. Hate classical music? Try listening in a setting where you're relaxed and happy. Over time, your brain can attach new, positive memories to those things, reshaping your taste. And this applies to people too. Sometimes, giving someone a second or third chance can override that snap judgment your brain made on day one. The takeaway: you are your taste. So what does this all mean? Your preferences aren't random quirks. They're a living biography. The bitter coffee you love might remind you of your first late-night study session in college, when you finally felt like an adult. The cheesy pop song you're embarrassed to admit you like? It might be tied to the best summer of your life. That person you fell in love with, even though they weren't your type? That might be your brain writing a new chapter, learning a new way to experience connection. Your taste is you. It's the sum of your memories, your biology, and your experiences, all interpreted through the most complex machine in existence, your brain. So the next time you find yourself liking something, pause for a moment. Ask yourself, why? Is it a memory? Is it comfort in familiarity? Is it an expectation someone else created for me? And more importantly, the next time you dislike something, maybe give it another chance. You might discover your brain just needed a little more time to catch up. Because understanding why you like what you like is more than fun trivia. It's a way of understanding yourself.